Hey guys, it's Mark from WP Mayor. Today I'm here to discuss a WordPress plugin called Woo Deposits, as well as an extension to it called Payment Recipes. Woo Deposits is an add-on to WooCommerce that gives your customers the choice to place a deposit on an item they're purchasing rather than paying it all at once. The deposit can be calculated on a flat rate or as a percentage, whichever suits you best, and it can be set site-wide. Now, if you don't want all items to have a deposit option, you're given the option to remove it at a product level. There is even an added option to incorporate an email system, whereby a customer is sent a reminder email after a set amount of time that payments are due. Payment Recipes, its extension, it allows your site to accept more than one follow-up payment. So let's say a client buys an item worth $100, they can pay $10 now, then $45 in a week's time, and the final $45 a week later. It gives your e-commerce site further flexibility that can prove instrumental in increasing your sales of higher value items. Certain customers might not afford to pay for a high value item all at once, and the system gives them the chance to work around it over a certain period of time. All in all, everything you might associate with the deposit process in a physical shop can be introduced straight into your eShop easily and quickly using this plugin. So let's get to using the plugin itself. I've gone ahead and purchased both Woo Deposits and the Payment Recipes extension, and I'll be working with both from now on. Once you've purchased them, you'll be sent an email with the license keys and download links. All you have to do there is head to the plugins section in your WordPress dashboard and upload the zip files as usual. Once you've activated both of them, head to the WooCommerce tab in the dashboard and open the settings section. And from here you'll see a new tab at the top called Woo Deposits. Once you open this tab, the first thing that will show up is license info. Here you'll enter your email address and product license key that were sent to you for Woo Deposits. Once you've activated this, you'll be shown the rest of the options. Now let's start with general settings. Your general settings are where you start applying the rules for your WordPress site. Initially, you must decide whether you want the deposits option to be a must on every product, or whether you want to give your customers the option between that and full payment. You can then set the default payment type, which is a deposit or full price, and choose whether you want to disable follow-up payments for customers through email or their account section. Next up are the settings for the deposits themselves, deposit calculation settings. First, you have to decide whether you want the deposit option to be set site-wide or not. If you choose yes, your next job is to set the way the deposits are calculated and the amounts. It can be a flat amount or a percentage of the full price, and you have the deposit value here. Either way, you can then set the minimum and maximum deposit values. You're free to leave these empty if you don't want to set limits, but I'd suggest setting at least a minimum value in case you have a cheaper item whose deposit amount could be considerably low. You're even given the option to exclude shipping from the deposits, and then finally the last feature gives you the option to calculate the deposit based on the cart total rather than the product price. You can set as many of these limits as you'd like, just add another row. Next up is Payment Recipes. First of all, make sure you've activated it with the appropriate email address and license key, and then choose whether you want to give your customer a choice of different payment options, payment recipes or not. Now you can set up the first payment recipe. So after giving it a name and a description, you can set your payment rules. All you have to do is choose between a flat rate, a flat amount or a percentage, and enter the amount you require. You can now keep adding as many payments as you'd like, setting their due dates, either according to days gone by or by setting a particular date. You can set their payment terms and even the number of days before sending out an email reminder. The final payment rule must also be filled in once again with a payment term type, payment term, and email reminder setting. Right after this, you can set out your email reminder with the email address, the email subject, and the email content. And you're even given a few shortcodes to use to personalize each email according to the order number and so on. Next up, you'll find the text templates. This tab opens up a number of boxes, each one corresponding to the text that will show up in various places throughout your WordPress e-commerce site. Once again, you have a set of shortcodes available to help you personalize each message. And these templates include everything from the deposit required text on the product page to the pending payments note. You can set them all from here as you wish. Last but not least is the payment methods that can be used to pay deposit. All you have to do here is choose whether to enable or disable the various payment methods on offer. These are direct bank transfer, check payment, cash on delivery, and PayPal. The choice is yours and it depends solely on your preferences and your setup. Once that's all set up, you can start adding your products and setting the deposits. I've already added a couple of products and I'm going to add another one called sofa. Now, when you scroll down on the products page, you can set anything as you want. You'll see two new tabs here, two new options called payment recipe options and deposit options. Now, payment recipe options will just give you a comment saying customers are able to choose recipe on the product page, so no further options need to be set. You move to deposit options. You can choose to enable the deposit options. In this case, I'll choose yes. The product deposit value in euros. You can, in this case in euros, you can leave it blank to use the default value you already set. And you choose whether you want a percentage of each quantity or a flat amount per product. We're going to use a percentage. The card-based calculation, product specific. So you can enable card-based deposit, which overrides the site-wide card total tiers options, and you can enable and leave blank in order to use a site-wide card total tiers. We're going to set that to no for now, and we can publish the product. Now once that will be done, I'll show you what it's all going to look like on the front end. So if we head to the product section, you'll see the two products I already have installed, which are the bed and the desk, as well as the sofa that we just added. Now the desk is a normal product without any deposit, so once you hit add to basket, you will see that was successfully added. You have €300 and that's the full price with no deposit option. Now if we continue shopping and we head to the bed, you see something different. We have deposit option available. You can pay €10 today and the rest later. That's the €10 we had set in the general settings. So if we add this to the basket, you can see some items may only have a deposit due today. So we have the desk with €300 at full price and the bed at €900 with a deposit of €10. Let's proceed to checkout. We'll ignore this, proceed to localhost. Now here you see the billing details and your order. Billing details you enter as needed, and you see your order. You choose the payment method you want. I'll choose check payment. You have both items here, the subtotal of €1,200, that's the full total. And you have to choose payment options. So you can pay the full price or deposit price. Let's see what happens when you pay deposit. You get calculate deposit. Once you click this button, a new window will open with the amount due today and the remaining balance. As you can see, the amount due today is the full price for the desk, which has no deposit option, €200, and the €10 deposit on the bed. The remaining balance, €890, is what's left to pay of the bed. You can pay deposit now, and once it eventually loads, here you'll be shown the order. So you have the products, shipping was free, payment method is check, pending payment is $210. Since I'm paying by check, that means I have to still head to the shop and pay it, and the remaining balance $890 for a total of €1,200. So that's the whole plugin and extension for you. I've shown you how to install it, how to set it up, how it works on the front end, and how it will look. Payment options, both plugin and the extension have 3 license options: 1 site, 5 site, or 15 sites, and they range from $50 up to $125. If you're looking for a plugin to set up deposits on your WordPress e-commerce site where you use WooCommerce, I highly suggest using this plugin as well as the extension. They're very easy to use, it's an intuitive process, and it still looks great in the front end. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.